Hello bearded bee people. Welcome back to B&K Bees. It's like May 14th, middle of the day. Beautiful new bee yard. Lake Superior is about 3/4 of a mile that way. If you are at the top of this hill, you can see it, and when we're driving in, we can see it. And we're just outside of the city of Hancock in the Keweenaw Peninsula. I mean, it's just the most beautiful area of the country that I've ever seen. This is just one of my favorite spots on earth, so I'm so happy to have bees here. This is a small yard of singles. I think we've got 22 singles out here. I expect there to be a couple of light colonies, so I have food, I have frame replacement feeders, 4 buckets of syrup, and rocks to go on in the arrangement that I was using the other day. Forward for looking really good, can take from it now. Middle for in the middle, you know, sort of, could take from it if I needed to, or I could wait if I needed to do that as well. And then back if they need a little bit of time before I need to be taking anything from them or manipulating their brood nest in any way. So I'm going to try to get this yard done pretty quickly, and I'm going to try to include a whole pallet in this video. So let's just get right to it. I'm just cutting these off because these were cheap ratchet straps that stretched quite a lot in their first use. So if you buy bulk ratchet straps from Amazon for a couple dollars a piece, they are single-use products. All right, this one looks really good. You're filling out the entirety. A lot of bee bread, seeing drones already, which means they might be ready to swarm. They're definitely getting in that mode, as you'd expect in a single bursting at the seams. Some empty cells here though. A little bit of a patch of capped brood in the center with some empty cells on the outside. Here's a nice patch of capped brood, interspersed with bee bread. I've not seen a whole lot of liquid food yet, but I have the remedy for that if I don't see any. Got a bee stinger sticking out of my finger. I don't know how that happened. All right, so I am not going to continue. They've got brood, they've got eggs, all that kind of stuff. What they don't have a whole lot of is food. So we're gonna fix that. It's going to be right about 50 at night for the upcoming nights. So I feel totally fine putting some 1-to-1 in here. All right, that'll help them out quite a bit. Shake the bees off that empty frame, put it aside, move on. Middle rock. Alright, I got some really curious bees, so I'm gonna pull the old hood over. Another one looks quite good. All right, right off the bat, this one has some weight to it. This frame has some liquid in it, some weight to it, and a stick attached to it, as is necessary for proper beekeeping. So yeah, they have some food that is good. And they have empty cells, which is also good. This side is full of bee bread, so I'm going to switch this around so that the empty cells are facing in the middle. All right, now we're into some capped brood. A queen cup on the bottom, a little bit of drone brood, lots of good looking healthy bees. All right, more bee bread, more capped brood. I'm gonna lift this hive up from the back. Yeah, they've got some weight to them. I'm gonna leave whatever's left of all of the food out in a communal bucket, in a communal feeder. So these ones will have the opportunity to get some of that, but they've got some stored, they've got some weight. There's dandelions out, and I'm not in the mood to just start wasting sugar. So I am not going to give these guys any sugar in the hive right now. All right, so this will be like a medium forward rack. I could definitely take from these. I could definitely wait a week. Probably not much more than a week. I'm gonna put this one as a front rock just to be sure. All right, GoPro's still rolling. Had an SD card problem the other day. All right, looks pretty good. We've got a neat little spider right here. It is not a black widow, although I've definitely found black widows in and on my hives in the past. It sort of looks like it, but it's definitely not. I am definitely not going to kill her, though. I'm just going to blow her off into the yard over here. I love spiders. I love all nature, but spiders have always been a fascination of mine since I was a kid with a small little fish aquarium that I kept in the barn at our old house. My mom let me keep this small fish aquarium in the barn and let me keep animals and bugs and stuff that I would catch in there, as long as I didn't bring them in the house. So I would catch spiders, I would catch snakes and keep those for a couple of weeks at a time. I always had something cool in that aquarium, but spiders for the most part. So I would keep wolf spiders and dark fishing spiders and nursery web spiders and grass spiders and all that kind of stuff, and feed them bugs. Okay, so like I said, this one felt like it was heavy, although that didn't feel like it was very heavy. When I was pushing it, it was difficult to push, which usually means they've got some weight to them, but this frame's as dry as can be. This one has some liquid in it, but for the most part it's pretty empty. A little bit more food, some bee bread, some nectar, largely empty. At least I know that I'm not gonna have to split this one right away. All right, now I'm seeing eggs and young larvae. That is beautiful. I've not ever tried to capture eggs on the GoPro. I don't think that the sun is set up well for it, but there's eggs in there. I don't know if there's eggs on that side, but the beginnings of a brood nest on this frame. All right, capped brood, a little bit of food. Going after this outside one just to see if they maybe have a little bit more food than I think. They don't. Dang it. All right. The unfortunate necessity. All right, I'm not filling them all the way. Once again, there are dandelions out. Just enough to get up over the straw so that they can easily access. All right. This would be a back rock. All right, real quick before my SD card runs out on this GoPro, let's do this one. I'll try to do this one like I would do it if I wasn't filming. Show you how I sort of don't do some of the stuff that I do when I'm filming, when I'm not, because a lot of it's just for the videos. Although this one might be a dud. This one might be to move on. Not a dud, a little bit less than a nuke. That's always fun. Not gonna mess around with them. I'd bet they have a small patch of brood. I bet what they need is a bit of food. I will check just to see if they have a small patch of brood, because if they don't, then I might as well not even give them the food. Yep, they do. I see capped brood on this frame. Probably should be closer to their stuff than on the exact opposite side of the box. Definitely a back rock situation on this one. All right, and that's it. I'm gonna do another video and continue doing more of this. Like I said, I will leave the remainder of the food, if there is any remainder. I have 4 buckets. I'll leave that out in a communal bucket out here outside of the bear fence. And then I'm just on to the next yard doing more videos. So stay tuned for those. Yeah, cool. I'm excited to be making bee videos again. So thank you very much for watching. Get out there and have some fun with your bees. See ya.